Joined now by legendary coach John Thompson. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. It's amazing what people call you after you're old and finished. He calls me legendary. Before that, they would have called me a jackass.
Legendary's better.
I think so, too.
Let's go back to the draft for a moment because you're based in the D.C. area, obviously. Were you stunned? Because I know the Wizards wanted Bennett the way it seemed from UNLV. He goes number 1, and, of course, the team takes the local kid, Otto Porter. Were you surprised at how that went there at the very top?
I'm never surprised. Otto Porter is one of the best players in the country. You know, and I don't think you can ever predict the draft because those guys don't tell the truth when it's going on. I don't blame them. You know, what they're doing is manipulating around. But, you know, you never can tell how successful any draft is. It's like recruiting until the end of the year, not in the beginning of the draft.
The Cleveland Cavaliers are loading up, though. They picked up Jack, several other players, and then, of course, they get the number 1 selection in Bennett. It looks like they're building themselves for the future, but not long from being a successful franchise or maybe a playoff team.
You know, and you're right. And I've been very impressed with the fact that they didn't sit around whining for a long time about losing LeBron. They started building their team together. And there's some teams in the NBA now that have complained about a lot of things, but you can't see any improvement in the team. But these guys are smart enough to say you pick up a good player like Bennett, you get the kid last year from Duke who's an outstanding player, and then now you see that they're getting better. So, you know, even now there are hints that LeBron may want to come back. I doubt that that'll ever happen, but still, you know, you got to respect these guys.
It's John Thompson with us. He would say, longtime jackass coach. I would not go that way. There's no way. I would say legendary coach.
I liked it better when people criticized me.
Oh, you did?
Then I thought they were being more truthful.
So
he didn't know what to say.
Got him off guard.
We just had Lionel Hollins on. We asked him about, you know, the 56-win team that make it to the conference finals. He gets the axe, and he said, listen, it's politics, and they saved a lot of money. George Karl's the coach of the year. Denver says adios to him. What are your thoughts on the revolving door in the NBA this offseason about how many coaches got fired?
Well, I'm puzzled by it, to tell you the truth, and there's no logical reason why some of it happened. There was a time when you could look at something like that and it was predictable. But, I mean, how do you fire a guy who did what he did at Memphis and then all of a sudden he's unemployed? And it's no reasoning to what's going on now, so I can't begin to respond to it.
Coach, we in our business, you know as well as anyone, love to compare players, eras. Where do you put LeBron right now?
You know, I don't think it's where I put him, and I think that's an interesting question. I think it's where he's earning to be. Whereas before, it's almost a lot like Howard. You know, Howard has unearned arrogance right now, but a lot of ability. But now you look at LeBron, certainly we portrayed and projected him as being a great player. But now he's proven that he's a great player by his wins. And I think that a person puts themselves where they finally end up being in the minds of people by winning, and LeBron is doing that. I think he's right up there.
Where do you put the Lakers right now, seeing the mess that they put themselves into?
Why do you have to ask me something like that? I don't know where to put the Lakers right now. Kobe is my favorite. You know, just based on the fact that, you know, his work ethic and what he's accomplished himself. But I just think that they got a ways to go, and I feel terrible because I don't think now, in looking at it, that Kobe will realize his goal of winning that other championship.
We got 2 more questions, Mitch.
What do you think about the way Howard operated, I guess, with free agency and on that Friday, the way it was so bizarre? He's going to go to Houston, then he's not, and everything that transpired there.
Well, you know, I just hope, because I think he's one of the most talented players I've seen in a while. I just hope he settles down and gets away from all the advertisement and gets away from all the controversy and starts to perform to get himself what he deserves, because he could be, in the eyes of a lot of people who really know the game, one of the best. But it's not going to happen through advertisement. It's not going to happen through conversation. He's got to do what LeBron is doing. LeBron started off being hype, but he ain't hype no more. You know, and that's what this kid's got to do.
Final question. Thanks for coming on. We promised you 5 minutes. We're going to let you go on this one.
You never have told me the truth, so why are you apologizing?
How do you stay so cool? I mean, you walk from your car in the sun. It's 100 degrees. You're not sweating. I'd be pouring sweat.
Well, that's because I had somebody to bring me right up to the door and fan me as I come by.
I'm gonna
All that legendary crap.
I'm gonna jump quickly on the 1988 Olympic team because we are here for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Jerry Colangelo, when he started this program, did want to bring back a sense of pride and have these kids compete for spots. Real quick now, you remember '88? You were an assistant. The job
In
that Jerry-
'88, I was a coach.
You were a coach.
I was a coach.
You're the coach.
Yeah,
Tell me about
we
that
won
game.
7. We won 7 games and lost 1.
And the one you lost to the
Russians won 7 and
Soviets.
lost 1. And Yugoslavia won 7 and lost 1. But we came in third.
But you played for the bronze.
And then they got very smart and brought these damn pros in here and act like they're geniuses now. But give me those pros, and we might have won that extra one.
You would have beaten the Soviets.
Well, didn't they beat them? Well, see,
Yeah.
what you got to realize, too, the Soviets had not participated in the Olympics, I think, 3 years before that. They came back right afterwards.
Right.
But it doesn't matter who would beat whom. Mike has done a tremendous job. Colangelo is very good at organizing it and putting it together. It makes more sense now.
Right.
But it's no need in them running around talking about they want to bring back college kids. That's the biggest bunch of bull. You
Don't
can
do
put the
it.
ending
Yes.
on it.
Yeah.
You can put the ending on
Bullfrog.
it. You ever want. Because we were playing against pros. We weren't playing with college kids
Absolutely
against
right.
college players. We were playing with college kids against pros. That is exactly why we brought our pros in to level the playing field. So it's no need in us acting like all of a sudden let's go back and play with college kids because that's a bunch of bull.